also kind of a nerdy guy.
How do you create something that's different than everyone else? You do it differently than everyone else. Here at Copeland Creative, we specialize in telling captivating stories of wild people, wild things, and wild places. We don't just capture the story, we immerse ourselves in it. We are a diverse, multi-talented media house based in North Georgia, and if you have a story that needs told, we want to help you tell it.
And we're live. We're on there. Okay, we're going to roll right into the podcast because I don't have time for the pleasantries like we normally do. So everybody be quiet for just a second. 3, 2, 1.
The Redneck Tech Podcast is brought to you by Mike'sArchery.com. They're a one-stop shop for virtually everything archery, bow hunting, and for your next outdoor adventure. Mike's Archery has been at the top of the archery game for over 50 years, and they want to give listeners of the Redneck Tech Podcast 10% off their entire online store using the code REDNECK10, all one word. Just put the code in before you check out, and your boys will hook you up. The guys at Mike's have always been good to us, and now they can be good to you too. Visit Mike'sArchery.com and get your gear now.
Right here. Yeah. You want him? I want to point out I just answered 2 emails in the time that intro started.
Pow.
That is what we
look
call
at you go.
efficiency.
Pow.
So
It doesn't count if your reply was wrong.
Shut up.
I made
Shut
5
up.
slightly relevant comments.
All right, exit. Podcast number 169, I think is the final number. And if you're watching on live on YouTube,
Nice.
this is oh god, this is a bunch of children. So this would be a good one to watch because there is 5 grown men sitting at the new
Grown.
White River Rambo table for the second podcast on the new table.
I think it really fills out the space.
It still smells amazing, and
We
you can
should
fit.
television because this just smells like straight cedar.
Do you
It
think?
smells so good.
Do you think we could fit a 6-person?
We
here?
could.
Like if
We could
had to?
probably fit 2 more if we really
Well,
were all
I just figured out a hack to add up to 5 more channels.
How do you do that?
I can't tell you. Actually, I can't tell you. So you do it through GarageBand. You go into GarageBand, you create USB inputs. So he is currently running through the computer or through that microphone, through USB, into GarageBand, in GarageBand, into Rodecaster, through the Rodecaster, through the thing, and into YouTube.
That's pretty much how my brain feels right now.
Yes.
That's-
You know what? You know what it feels like. You know that guy on History Channel? Maybe you don't. Who's like aliens? That's exactly what this whole chain of audio seems like. Aliens.
What doesn't make it really doesn't make sense if you think about it because
Well, you don't think about things.
yeah, no, it's
Don't
like
think too hard about anything in production, or else it won't make sense.
so. If you're listening, watching, whatever, there's 5 of us here.
On a very nice. What kind of wood is this?
It's cedar.
Red
Cedar wood table.
It's
A custom cedar wood table.
So we've got Clay at the end. Everybody knows Clay.
Hey, how you
Camera
doing,
right.
Everybody knows Ryer.
I'm Ryer.
Everybody knows myself. Here we have Joe. I think this is your first podcast with us, right? Have you done one?
No, we did one at NWTF.
Oh, we did.
We
okay,
did, but it wasn't.
that one
hasn't.
but that one hasn't aired yet.
Right.
So
But
technically, this is your first.
Also,
Third
he
day work.
he wasn't working for us then.
So he is officially. This is your 7th day, full week. You made it through the first week.
Wow.
Congratulations!
Happy first week
Yep.
of working to Joe.
Congratulations.
2
That's a
weeks
hell
is
of a
going in
first
tomorrow.
And at the end, everybody knows Jason. If you followed us at all, you know who Jason is. So what we're going to do is we're going to do twofold here. We're going to wrap up the class because everybody at this table was involved in the class. And then we're going to talk very slightly about what we did today. And by that time, it will be time for me to run out of the office because I have a 5:30 soccer game with both of my daughters. So I have to be at 2 places at once. Awesome. And that starts in
Don't you wish
30
you had a cross-eye now, huh?
33 minutes. Yeah, true. So I want to hear from. Here's the best part. We met Joe at our class last summer, and now here he is.
Here I am.
We conned him. It's a long con. So we haven't let him in on the real reason that we got him here. I'm just kidding.
No, we're not.
So we had a shoot today. He helped us teach the class. So Joe, from your class to this class, how do you think it went?
I think it went fantastic.
Yeah.
And obviously, if I'm here, You know?
If I'm here.
He's obligated to say that.
I did pretty good for
Are you
myself.
talking about the class this year? Or are you talking?
I just want to hear your perspective on the class. You know, I know that the class last year obviously had an impact on you, and now you got to teach a class this year. So,
Yeah, I mean, realistically, and not to get too sentimental, it really did change my life.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of gave me an opportunity after the class, threw me right into the fire.
that's how we do things. Ask these
pretty
two.
much.
I did the same thing to them.
Yeah, I saw Caleb for like 2 days before he left.
I think I saw Clay for like 4. Something
Joe's
like
obligated to say nice things because he's under contract.
that. I learned the hard way on that one.
Yeah, but no, it was good. I mean, really, if you put in the work and do the right things, I mean, it really can change your life.
And you
If
turn
you're
it
under distress, wink 3 times with your right eye.
I am under
Hey, that was like 5 weeks. He's not under distress.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
like a little double there.
I mean, basically, I was doing mechanical contract with my dad for the last 6 or 7 years, and finally, the class gave me the confidence enough to quit at the beginning of the year and start doing this full time. So,
How'd your dad feel about that?
good. I mean, he was supportive about it. It
Yeah.
was hard to leave him.
Yeah, for sure.
Just because my dad and I are super close, and he was kind of at the end of his rope with the business, and
Yeah.
I was maybe going to take it over, and I decided to go a different route. So, which I'm super happy that I did, but it was a lot at the time.
Well, let's mark this down. March the 7th. Let's hope you're saying that March 7th, 2024.
That's the plan.
Made a great decision, or I made the worst decision ever. These guys are crazy. The schedule sucks, and I'm gonna go back home.
Yeah. No, I think we'll be good. It's definitely an adjustment, having
Yeah.
2 kids and all that.
Oh, yeah.
And being away as
But
much as I have been.
you really got. I mean, you went more than just your feet wet this fall. I mean, you did a bunch of days with Lee and Tiffany's, and you proved that you could do it. Proved that everybody's gonna like you in camp. That you're a good enough deer hunter that Lee likes you. Lee and them really liked you. So, I think it was a really good trial run. Oh, Outdoor Diehards, they're in. They just signed in Red Cedar. Yeah, this is definitely Red Cedar. But now you taught a class essentially. So how was that? How was being on the other side of it?
I actually really liked it. My group, we had Ben Kersey and Ivy, and I think both of them did a really good job. We did a piece on Jason.
It's out. You've probably seen us tag in the last couple of days.
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously a little bit different coming from that side of the table, but I think it went really well.
I feel like I coached you guys do it pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, you're an easy talent.
You're gonna want to move
Right.
the camera
Right.
over there on top of the tripod, and I
Right.
use very technical words.
Right.
And I kept it brief, and you guys did a great job. I was super proud of you.
Right.
Yeah, good work.
Yeah, but I mean, it went good. Yeah, it was definitely weird being on that side of the table because I feel like I'm still kind of. I mean, I know, but I'm still learning every day.
Yeah. Well, so are we.
But everybody was responsive. We had a really good class.
Yeah. Really, really fun class. It was cool because we've gotten to the point now that like there's some companies sending people to our class, and that's weird for me.
Yeah.
But it's also very flattering. But what are y'all doing? What is happening?
I'm trying to signal to Jason that he needs to turn the mic more to face his mouth and speak directly into it that way.
Yeah. It's very directional.
See, this is the.
Yeah, see,
There you go.
what you're
See,
doing,
don't go to the
what
side.
you're doing right now,
Don't-
you can't do that.
I would have preferred if Joe would have caught that, but he's learning. Ryer,
Right.
I was setting you up for an easy
Why don't-
win there, and
You might
I'm
just
sorry.
have to move your chair and the microphone so you can just kind of.
I don't think I want to because it's bothering me. And I really am finding a lot of joy in life.
It's not.
by
Welcome to
bothering me.
Copeland Creative.
It's not about me. It's about the audience. I don't want them hearing
Be
the echoes.
creative, hunt often, annoy Ryer.
We have 3 mantras now. We have 3 mantras now. That's a really good one. I like
Can I
that.
go on a shirt?
I do with that. We
Should be
can
a-
make that
should be
happen.
like a family crest.
And then you could like put a little image of an angry leprechaun on there with a cross eye. I'd be okay.
I'm
with
not
that.
sure if you noticed, but I have anxiety. Yeah, you don't know what it's like. I noticed.
So this is now, Jason, your 3rd class that you've been with us.
Third class.
All
Yeah,
right.
Today's like almost our anniversary. I think like right
Oh,
around
yeah.
now was like 1 year ago. What a freaking year!
Where's my present?
I actually can't wait to give it to you. We'll exchange them simultaneously downstairs.
Perfect. I like that.
Jason's just as surprised to figure out what it is as you are.
Yeah.
Wait, there's presents?
You weren't there for our first.
Wait, you guys are
Oh, wait, I was there. That's
You
right.
were there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
Clay's
It
the
was
only one
special.
that's technically the anniversary. You're still late to the
Nice.
ball game here.
Nice.
We met Jason before you.
Nice.
Me?
Me and Clay did.
Oh.
We met Jason before you did.
I was like,
Texas.
I feel
Texas
like you
dog.
knew me before you knew Jason.
I,
Oh my god.
does he
I
have
don't know
on
how you
headphones?
guys do it.
I don't.
We don't.
I don't
It's
know
a
how you do
struggle
it.
every day.
And you guys are both clean and sober. I don't know how. Like he makes me want to drink.
You're not the first one to have said that.
So how'd the class go to you?
It's always just like a whirlwind. It's super chaotic,
100%.
and it's like, it's a million miles an hour. It is exhausting and fun and like fulfilling. All those things kind of mashed together, and then like that, it's over. It's kind of mashed together, and so I mean, how long is the class? Like 4 days, 3 days?
4.5.
4.5.
4.5.
It flies by.
I gotta
Flies
get rid of
by.
that. Sorry. Where's that coming
No,
from?
sorry, I forgive you.
Just turn the volume off.
I did. It is off.
Yeah, but now we don't hear Jason when you mute it. Talk, Jason.
Oh,
Yep.
I'm
can't do
talking.
that.
Turn everything off.
What did I do?
Go to OBS and mute. Like turn the audio out of because it hasn't been.
All
like
I did
that.
was open the YouTube thing and then close it. And
I
that's
bet
what
it's routing through GarageBand somehow.
Why? I don't understand what is happening now.
It's like a built-in delay
Everything
pedal.
was wonderful until that. Is it coming through the mic?
Everything's still wonderful.
It is. Now it's coming, right?
I don't hear anything. I don't have headphones on.
What is happening? Everything was going great until I opened that up to reply to a comment, and now everything has went
Just
completely
close it out.
haywire.
Close it.
I did close it. It's been closed. It is gone.
No, close
What
YouTube.
is that right there?
What
This is this video to show me how to do it. What the heck is happening? All right,
Echo.
I'm closing this.
Obviously, Jason.
I'm closing this. Let me see if this fixes it.
I refuse to accept.
Can you guys hear the
responsibility
feedback?
for someone else's actions?
What?
Now there's
delayed.
now there's a delay.
What is happening? I'm freaking out, dog.
What's going on?
Oh my gosh, that is so annoying.
We can talk into the same mic.
I typed that
I'll just
comment
get real
Is there a
close.
delay?
5 minutes ago.
No.
Yep, your camera's lagging.
You know
Mr.
what it
Mr.
probably
M1
is?
chip?
It's the Wi-Fi. We've been having a crap load of.
Dude, that's gonna drive me insane. Cause is that coming through on?
Oh,
the
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, that's
It's like
gonna
a
drive me
delay
crazy.
pedal.
Yeah,
That's
I
gonna be in,
want to.
that's gonna be in the.
Can you talk now, Jason? Yeah, sure. Now talk.
But he can't.
Yeah, sure. Is it still
It's
happening?
definitely with that
But
interplay.
if we're hearing,
I'm gonna
it,
here.
they're
Let me
hearing
stop it in GarageBand and start it back. Let's do this. All right. I'm gonna stop you. I'm gonna stop GarageBand and start it back. Yeah, we really apologize, people listening. Oh, did it go away?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
I bet GarageBand.
Now let's start GarageBand back and see what happens. Download later. Shut up. Resume later. Shut up.
Derek Stoner said, "Try resetting the live."
That's what we're doing this here.
Okay, Derek.
Or have you
There we go.
unplugged it and plugged it back in?
All right, now we know how to fix it. Restart GarageBand. All right, there you are.
Dang. All right.
And, we're really sorry for a complete. I have no idea what just happened. GarageBand really screwed us there for a few minutes.
I wouldn't say we're very sorry.
I
That's fair.
All I did was trying to reply to a comment.
You may be sorry. I feel like I shouldn't have to apologize for that. I had no
think
part
you
of
should
the
be sorry
process.
for other things.
Sure, probably, but not
All right.
that.
Let's just all be
Your
sorry.
buddy Kevin's commenting. He said he sure is pretty.
Kevin McCann?
Yep.
Oh, man, that dude's the best.
I thought we were the best.
Well, you guys are. But, like, in
Good
Ah,
catch.
we've caught him.
Caught him.
I noticed a pattern.
you know,
Jason just says everybody's the
Yeah.
best, so
that's
you
not
can't
true.
even
Right.
believe
You want
him.
me to start listing off mofos I can't stand?
Yes, I do.
He told the lady at Walmart the other day she was the best too. So
Well,
Really?
You know what?
yeah,
The lady at
So
Walmart.
If you have Stoke coffee, you're
No,
the best.
no lady at Walmart is the best, Jason. It's
She was
Walmart.
the best.
That's not true. That's not true.
It's the lady at Walmart, Kevin McCann, Caleb,
Oh,
Joe, Clay.
Thank
I'm
God.
gonna be way down this list. I already know.
Oh, I forgot. Right. Hang on. Wait.
so
Feel real
all right.
bad about myself now.
So all right. So when we first met you, Jason,
Yeah.
you were still working your corporate job. You were
living in a
wanting,
box on the side of the road.
No, you were
and
wanting
we found
to. You were wanting to get into this full time.
Yeah.
Since then, you've done this full time, and now a year later, you're a seasoned vet. So, like, what? How was it from the first class you did for us to now?
Well, super nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Like, it's already nerve-wracking. Like, the entire thing is...
Do people
there's
know
no
what
other-
Jason? People who don't know who Jason is, I don't know if
Jason,
we've really given context to what
First
Jason
of all,
does.
tell us what you do.
Ellsworth.
And-
What do you do?
I'm a chef. I'm a private chef that takes care of high-end hunting and fishing camps, and then you guys.
Yeah. Well, he's
Just
not
out of,
wrong.
like, you know, at this point, it's like...
Really close. Get
I'm,
really.
uh,
there you
super
We're
happy to be here.
grandfathered in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love you guys.
Yeah.
There's no... Like you say, come to a class, I'm figuring out how to come to a class.
It's because you know you'll get free content out of it because one of
That's
the
not
classes
why.
will choose you.
That's true.
It's not why.
Well, this class, originally I didn't know that somebody had picked Jason to do. I didn't know that y'all had picked Jason, and I walked out there. I said, "Jason, has anybody picked you to do anything?" And he goes, "No." I said, "That's odd. Usually, like at least one. Usually we had to like draw straws for who gets to do
Yeah,
the
Jason.
Jason piece."
Well, it's constant content. Like,
Yeah.
I'm always doing something. I
Right.
don't know if you've noticed while you're in here PowerPointing it up, but I'm out there
No.
moving and hustling. All that food just doesn't get all of a sudden cooked. I mean, like,
Really?
there's a lot that goes into it. Yep.
I just thought you were going up to McDonald's, placing the special order on like the private menu, and then getting
Comparing
it.
his food to McDonald's to the man's
this
face.
is-
This is why
I'm
he's
so
so low.
offended.
This is why he's so low on that list.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand. There's a private menu at McDonald's that you know about?
There's a private menu at any fast food
If
restaurant.
there's one at Chick-fil-A and I don't know about it, Eric and I are gonna have a problem. Eric's the manager.
I bet there's a Chick-fil-A secret
Every
menu.
time I drive by Chick-fil-A,
You
I
think of
think
me.
to myself, I wish I loved anything as much as my friends from Georgia love Chick-fil-A.
They do love it.
Or good sweet tea.
How, is it
They
2,
do
3
love it.
times a week?
Me?
A week.
Oh, God.
Sometimes 2 or 3 times a day for me.
The
I have kids. You forget.
The store,
does have a secret menu,
the store manager and I are on a first name basis.
and he knows your dog.
One of the drive-through people that takes your order, like standing outside the curb, knows me by first name basis. And Taylor went in to get an order for herself, like a pickup order one time.
Yeah.
And Eric, the manager, goes, "Oh, you must be here picking up for Clay." And she goes, "Actually, no, I'm here picking up for myself. But it does concern me that you just have like Clay's order on standby." I have like 16,000 points in the app.
How many?
16.
Hold on, dog.
that's
I got
disgusting.
3 kids and I ain't got that
Well,
many.
you see, a lot of these points are thanks to you because when we travel, I use your card to pay for it and then scan the app. So, like, when we've got 4 people and we all go to Chick-fil-A and I use the card to pay for it,
I got 17.
yeah, but that's not as impressive because when
I
you,
didn't
when you
know
divide
that
it by
existed.
5
Yeah,
people,
I got 5 people. So you're one per. Yeah, that's. I don't know if that's impressive or
and
sad.
to still have a
He'll
physique
eat
like
it like
this,
3 times a day.
and to still have a physique like this, let's be honest.
Take off the pump cover.
So Jason, that's what you have to. That's what you have to compete against is Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, it makes me crazy nervous to cook for you guys knowing your love affair with Chick-fil-A. I'm not.
I think you did really good this time. So all right, let's go around the table. What was your favorite meal, Clay? I know what yours was because you told me.
Cuban.
Yeah, the Cuban.
100%. Sorry, Cubano.
Cubano. Sorry. What was yours, Ryan?
I really liked those that little burrito thing we did. The wrap. Right?
Yeah.
The
burrito.
When
It was like a
was I
burrito.
there? Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
the,
ate
the
it. You were
chicken
like,
thigh,
this may
the
be
chicken
my
thigh
new
fajitas.
favorite.
Chicken thigh
Oh,
fajitas.
chicken thigh
Chicken thigh
Yeah,
fajitas.
those are so
Okay,
good.
that wasn't my
Yeah.
favorite.
Yeah.
My favorite one was the last night, the one that you made with the
Meatloaf?
deer back straps.
Meatloaf.
Oh,
The
yeah.
No, not
Oh,
the
the Philly
meatloaf.
cheesesteak.
The Philly cheesesteak.
Venison
I did.
Philly
I
cheesesteak.
did like the Philly
venison
cheesesteak.
Philly was my favorite.
And to throw it out there, there wasn't a meal that none of us didn't like.
yeah, no,
Yes.
yeah.
No, there was. I got some negative feedback
From who?
From who?
from El Presidente.
El Jefe?
Oh, I do remember that.
What
do
did I
remember
say?
He's
Food?
like,
It was very disrespectful.
Oh no, it was the corn
Let me
tortillas.
ask you a question.
Oh, because they were
Yeah.
crunchy.
I want you to answer this.
No, it was
honestly.
the hard
He looks
tacos.
at
That's
me-
what it
Oh,
was.
hard
he
tacos.
he threw an actual fit in San Diego because he
I'm
was
saying.
given hard tacos
They just-
at a Mexican joint. He was like,
That did happen. That did happen.
you did the.
They just
What
make
is
huge mess.
this?
Like Nicole closed her eyes for 30 seconds and thought it was Sims complaining.
Ooh.
So he really hates the hard tacos.
I'm not a fan of hard tacos.
So back to Joe. What was your favorite?
He likes soft rock tacos.
Yacht.
Oh, this is the worst podcast we've ever done.
I don't think
yacht
I think
toes.
we're doing. I think we're okay.
My favorite was either the Cubanos or the always famous chicken lollipops.
Oh, yeah.
But
Those
the,
are I love
It
them.
was,
I like the looks on people's faces when you hand them the chicken lollipop and they try to wrap their head around what it is that they're getting.
Right.
They're like, how does, where to, how to.
Why are you holding a knife?
I was cleaning underneath my fingernails because I noticed they were kind
At
of
this new table? Are you disrespecting the table with your nasty
said
fingernails?
To use it, abuse it.
I like the
Not
meatloaf
with
too.
your nasty fingernails at the
meatloaf's
table,
good.
dog.
Meatloaf's good.
and what a
Meatloaf-
good way to like go through ground venison.
Well,
Like,
meatloaf always throws people like for a shock.
That was
because
ground elk, by the way.
They're like, oh, meatloaf, and they think like this size of a hamburger patty is what they're gonna get, and then they end up getting something the size of like 3 playing cards put together. And
I
don't
just
wanna, like,
don't.
point out a flaw there, but all
Three playing cards or 3 playing card
all
decks?
game meat is venison.
yeah,
3 decks of
So
cards.
bear
yeah.
is venison, elk is venison,
different.
whitetail is venison. It's all different types of venison.
Huh. Could you explain to me like all the?
I'm going to believe you because I trust your authority, but I am going to do my independent research on
You
that.
feel free, right?
Okay.
Why don't you go ahead and why don't you Google that?
I don't want
What
my
am I
computer to
Googling?
jack up again, so I'm not touching it. I'm going to let it ride.
Pretty,
what-
all wild game is venison. So it's bear venison, whitetail venison, elk. Venison.
Never heard that in my life.
turkey. There's no such thing as turkey venison.
No, I think it falls under a different category with like fowl and waterfowl.
According to the Broken Arrow Ranch blog, which I don't know how scientific they are, but this is the first one and it proves you wrong. So
Broken Arrow Ranch.
yeah,
I've never heard venison other than deer.
Yeah.
it
have
says
not either.
in current usage, the term venison is used to describe the meat of a deer or antelope.
That's current usage, though, right?
Venison comes
Not
from
the origin
animals
of the
such
word.
as our native white-tailed deer, reindeer, moose, elk, and several non-native animals such as red deer,
Well, then that would
axis deer,
prove him right.
fallow deer, Sitka deer, black buck antelope, and nilgai.
This
Nailed
is
it.
not at all what I
Nailed
wanted
it.
to talk about.
So what do you want to talk about?
We'll
We'll just say you're right, Jason.
I
and we'll
wanted.
move
You're
on.
right. You're right, Jason. The Jason piece, constant. Okay, yeah. So Kevin's. I guess the lag on this thing is way behind
it's
because they're
Kevin's
talking
bad.
about stuff we talked about 5 minutes ago.
Our we need to have the guy come out and check the Wi-Fi.
Hey, don't you know a guy?
It's not the Wi-Fi.
You
It's
can-
the router. I need to get a new router.
Kevin and I talk about that stuff a lot on our podcast.
Get closer to the mic.
Kevin and I talk about a lot of that stuff on our podcast and meeting podcast.
Yeah,
Just pretty fun.
like the names of things. Like that's what you talk about.
we talk about all kinds of different food
Gotcha.
and people making them, all the different levels of chefs and restaurateurs and good folks.
Would you ever open a restaurant?
No,
Jason?
God, no.
No,
No shot.
desire
Not a
at all?
Not a shot. No. It is 80% of all restaurants fail within the first 5 years. It's insane. It's you just have to be.
So the
and
fear
I
of
don't know
failure
too many-
keeps you from doing it, or you just
No,
don't have
I
an
just
interest?
don't think. Like,
That's why you can't go somewhere now and like find a bunch of like standoff places. Like everything's a chain.
Stand out.
I think
Like,
like
Chick-fil-A.
Stand out places.
the you just got to be crazy, and I don't know anybody that doesn't believe that.
But you
that-
stepped out to form a
I
similar
would
type of business.
I would say you stepped out in something that was scarier than starting a restaurant.
yeah.
Facts.
I disagree.
I don't know because it's me. I can
Right.
count 100% on me.
True
Well,
story.
then how come you can't?
Yeah, I mean,
100%
the
on you
restaurant's
for a
same thing.
restaurant if
You're
you
not
owned it.
running a restaurant by
By yourself, yeah.
Would you ever open a food truck?
Oh,
I don't know. I think
take
like
my
kind of like
royalties
where I
whenever you
want
begin.
like my Ellsworth Cooks to go would be kind of a food truck
That's
with
fair.
the Sprinter van and
you
That's
do a
fair.
Sprinter
And
van food trailer.
right. Well, I think like to have a toy hauler Sprinter van where everything could just slide out and just cook.
I can't wait till you get one of those with like a smoker in the back on
Oh,
a
yeah.
trailer, and
Yeah,
we're
just
like,
like what
we
he's got-
pass you on like I-80 going through Wyoming, and you're like smoking a brisket as you're going down the road.
I think you need to have a honk for free jerky on the side so people can honk and you
That
can
could
just
go-
toss them free
That
jerky.
could go bad.
Yeah, but
That could go bad. I don't want to pull into a truck stop with that.
Yeah,
Hey,
that brings a whole new
I'm just here for the free jerky.
whole new meaning to lot lizard there.
All right, bring it back. Bring it back.
So bring it back. So
Bring it
I'm gonna
back.
have to bring it back to like I'm gonna have to step out and y'all gonna have to finish this podcast without me because I now have to tell you guys I have to leave and go to a soccer game and I won't see you guys probably until I don't know.
turkey season.
May. Hopefully May.
Hopefully May.
Hopefully May.
And y'all have to break all this down, which I know you know how to do that. But
I mean, how much do we have to break down? Just your computer, right?
yeah, I just set it back on my desk. But
I was like, That's a lot of stuff.
Appreciate it.
Talk to you soon.
That was firm.
That was firm. It felt good, though.
Miss you already.
Honestly.
You ain't shitting.
Love you, mean it.
Oh,
It's
you
a
ain't
PG
shitting.
podcast.
So I'm going to give you this headset so your audio no longer sucks. And I'm going to dip out and let you guys handle this. All right.
Notice how we didn't
I
get
am
a
out,
buy.
but the podcast goes on without me.
Notice how we didn't get a buy. It's fine though.
Yeah, he
And I,
doesn't care
and
about
I
us.
don't even want one now.
That'll be you soon, Joe. That'll
Yeah.
be you soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just okay.
That'll be how. That's how.
Hey, the honeymoon phase will wear off.
Well, I just don't need constant gratification.
I most certainly do.
No, I don't even want it now. Take it back.
I'm in charge now. You can call me El Presidente now.
El Jefe.
El Jefe.
I like blue on you.
There you go.
Everybody all right?
Yeah.
All right.
We're
Where are
great.
we?
We were going to talk about what
Well,
we did
currently
today.
Dahlonega, Georgia.
Oh, Jesus.
That entire thing got derailed. Will you turn that off?
Yeah.
Just make sure we
I
don't
can
get
turn
random
that on.
echoes.
How about this?
Nice.
How's that work?
I like the little beep that we got with that.
Yeah. That was Jason cussing.
Yeah. Jason does cuss a lot.
No, I don't.
Actually, you really don't. No.
I don't.
I cuss a lot.
True.
I don't ever cuss.
That's incorrect.
That is true.
So next
cuss.
class is June or July? Do we know yet?
Caleb knows, and it's on the calendar.
I don't
so
know if
I'll
we're
go.
announcing that yet.
Oh.
Like
Well-
specific dates.
Beep that up. Don't-
We have a date right now set for June.
Sweet.
So if you guys are looking to start maybe blocking out some time,
Message Jason.
it looks like June may be the June may be the move.
So should we talk about what we did today?
Could be the move. Yeah, I mean, unless there's something maybe insightful you'd like to say about your journey this year, and the last year, I believe we talked about how sometimes you got to take risks in life and do the things
Yeah.
because it's if you don't do them, you're never going to do them. And I think both y'all are prime examples of sticking your neck out and deciding that you're going to take the opportunity to do the things when the opportunity presents itself, irregardless of circumstance and risk.
I think
so
you
talk
can
maybe a little bit about that.
kind of put both those things that we did together today along with the path we're on now, is that tomorrow is not promised. Die with memories, not dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think you can just keep putting things off and eventually it'll happen. I think you got to have a little bit of get after it.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that as a new entrepreneur, it's super scary. I had a old entrepreneur tell me not too long ago that the first 2-3 years is a constant what if, which is nerve-wracking. But at the same time, in my case, it just keeps on somehow the next thing works out. And I'm blessed with a amazing wife and incredible daughter that are pretty cool with me trying to live my life and be happy. And I can tell you that my time at home is way more special. It's not just checking the box. It's actually grateful to be there. And I think missing things is a good way to go about life. If you we were talking about today, what we did today, I think was amazing. If we want to talk about that a little bit, but we were on filming a pilot episode for an Appalachian Trail
Documentary, docu-series, something.
Yep.
We're not quite sure the form yet because today was the pilot, so we were there for a variety of reasons.
But holy cow, there was some gigantic gobsmacking life lessons there today, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Like incredible stuff. If you would have said when we were screwing around in the parking lot that in 15 minutes you're almost going to be in tears, I'd have been like, you're but no shot. Like, that ain't gonna happen. And then talking to that one guy today who's just like the most powerful story out of the blue that I really think whatever it is you believe in gives you messages at the right time. And like hearing that guy today kind of reaffirm the fact that, like, you know, you're not promised tomorrow, that it's scary to leap, but it's always for the better. And, you know, we get one shot at this thing, and you might as well make it as good as you can while you can, and not, you know, I punched the clock for a long time, and I'm super grateful and very happy to have found you guys who I consider my tribe. And I feel like whatever we're all doing here has a good momentum in the right direction, and I'm just proud to be a part of it.
Yeah.
That was some powerful stuff today, man.
It was, and I want to tell the stories, but also at the same time I don't, because
we can't tell the stories.
I don't want people to hear it here and then not get the full effect in the edit. If what we edit ends up, seeing the light of day, it's a project that we kind of started kicking around.
Months ago.
Yeah, like whenever we were kind of hanging out here last, which was that last year?
I love the idea. Today, Ryder looks at me and goes, "Was this all my idea?"
Well, that could have been in Iowa, Leon, too.
I'm like, "Yeah, dude, this is all your idea." And he goes, "Oh, all right, yeah. Well, it's a good idea."
Well, I thought that it had been my idea, but sometimes things get tossed around so much and it's been such a long time that I forgot. And then I was like, I just I have a foggy memory sometimes, and sometimes things are not clear until all of a sudden they are. And I literally got a vivid image of where I could tell you where I was standing and where you all were sitting in the main room when I stormed out of my office because an idea had hit me based on something I had heard you guys utter like 10 minutes ago in passing. And I don't think you guys were even on the topic. And I was like, I've got an idea.
Your brain is amazing.
He's lying.
He
makes fun of it all the time.
I was thinking about it today. I do make fun of it, but it's in the best way possible, because like somebody said it today on the trail that like all humor comes from a hurt place, right? Like, which is really true. So, the idea that we beat you up. I mean, if we're not beating you up, you're in trouble.
True. That's fair.
Right.
That's fair.
If you're getting like the silent treatment in the corner, I'm like, oh, no one's made fun of me in like 20 minutes. Did I do something wrong?
Which your mind definitely works in ways I've never experienced.
Anybody.
Which is a good thing. It's
Player,
a good thing.
You've been here a week.
You know what?
But it's like it's been longer than a week. Yeah.
You know, I'll be completely honest. My brain works in ways that I haven't experienced sometimes. So
I had this when we were driving, what seemed to be 100 miles an hour through the.
You were having thoughts?
Oh,
you were having thoughts while trying to follow Caleb along.
I had no thoughts.
I understood.
Throw up.
I understood that for the first time.
We're going to die.
I thought I was going to get sick, for sure. At one point, like my stomach was. I understood for the first time in my life maybe the benefits of a 5-point harness. Like I should be way more strapped in.
I thought he would ease up off the gas, and it was a continually like 40 minutes of balls to the wall.
And when he says he's not pointing to me. He's pointing to Caleb.
And the more people he gets stuck behind, the harder he presses the gas when he gets out from behind those people.
It was,
dude.
It was insane.
Yeah,
but it was. I mean, we got there pretty quick.
Exhilarating.
We saved 7 minutes.
I've never seen.
Joe was sitting in my car like, holy crap. I said, we're going a little fast, Joe. You're just going to have to hang with me here because I'm trying to keep up.
It was insane.
I hadn't eaten. I needed coffee, and it just was not a good
deal. We were a solid 10 to 15 over the speed limit, like going through switchbacks.
It looked like somebody threw.
In the dark.
If like my map in front of me like had a toddler's spaghetti tray of a map. Like, I looked down at one point, and I was like, how much longer can this go on for? I'm like, oh, my God, another 28 miles of this? And it's just constant. And I think at one point I was like, I need to take a sip of my coffee, and we were going so fast, and like so many switchbacks were happening. I didn't like. I better not. I better not take a sip of
And
coffee.
we only saved 7 minutes of drive time. Like we were supposed to get there at 6:01, and we got there at like 5:53.
Yeah, but we stopped for
But that's
gas.
also with the stop for gas with the slowest gas pump I've
Of
ever
all time.
used in my life.
Yeah,
She said it was froze and it was 60 degrees.
it was 55.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
We weren't even running late. Like I don't know why there was so much urgency.
That's just how he drives sometimes.
Well, like I said, he's got a little.
His mother would be ashamed of him.
He's got some moonshiner left in him. There's
That's
some
tr- yeah.
there's some backcountry, North Carolina, North Georgia moonshiner. That's
like,
definitely.
imagine if he was actually on the run.
Oh, he might have.
Dude, imagine if he wasn't in a 1-ton pickup truck.
They
he'd
wouldn't catch
have
him.
put a truck over the bridge or something by now.
Man,
For sure.
I was definitely. I've driven like that in the Adirondacks before, where it's like, all right, we got to get to where we're going. Today, I was like, I pray my wife doesn't listen. And she worried. I'm like, I thought about it today driving. Like, man, my wife would be furious with me the way I'm driving now. But it was the one incident where I was like, where you up and over and around. I'm like, oh, way too fast.
It's
I'm like,
kind of like a roller coaster because you enter a turn and then like the road just kind of does this little dip and you kind of like go up and over into the dip and then you got to hang into the right. So then you got to bank up into that and then you're trying to Caleb's going so fast that you're taking the high side trying to dive the corner and cut the straight. You know
top
what I mean?
3 gnarliest roads.
I rode with Caleb, regrettingly. We spent more time on the wrong side of the yellow line, center line, than we did on our side.
All
of the
that kept
yellow
going through my head was that lyric from the Dukes of Hazzard, like straightening the curves, like flying in the hills. I'm like, that is a true lyric. These guys live by that stuff.
I was constantly looking for headlights coming from the other direction.
Well, that's the thing is like when you are driving like that, you can see headlights coming the other direction.
I guess.
In theory,
Yeah.
you would hope.
Hey, we all made it.
Barely.
But it was what an experience to do that today. I didn't expect. I was nervous about having any folks show up, and then
Yeah, so I
They
think
came in groves.
groves.
yeah,
Groves are for trees.
Groves. Like herds. Herds better. Are they immigrants? Illegals?
They came in packs,
Right.
flocks.
All I know is I looked over the horizon and I saw 10 of them coming and I came running.
You did.
He really did.
I did.
The British are coming. The British are
Oh,
coming.
yeah, right. He came full speed down the hill like,
He did.
hey, we got people coming.
I was trying to emulate Caleb's driving down the trail.
Yeah.
yeah. Get your crap together. We got people coming. Yeah.
And it was one of those where we had stood around for so long that like we were.
Yeah,
all
we got there at 6, and the first people didn't show up till 10. We thought for sure they were going to start showing up around sunrise. We're like, oh, yeah, they're going to be up at sunrise.
At least we had some
No,
kind
that was
of
not the case.
some kind of baseline of those guys that were shuttling the folks back and forth to say like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, they're 8 miles out and they're going to be here
Right.
around 10. So we
Right.
knew that those guys were great today.
Right.
Talking
But,
what characters.
We stood around so long anticipating people that once the people actually showed up, we were all still holding our cameras and we're still like, oh my God, what do we do?
I don't think I've ever ate that many pancakes before.
Oh, my God. They were so good, though.
I've eaten more pancakes, but that's because like I was.
You're a pancake eater.
Like a
from way
pancake.
back.
Like a pancake
I
challenge.
also board
Yeah.
eat. I'm a really bad board eater. So if there's nothing
Yeah.
to do, like you know how you board, like if you have nothing else to do, you cook
Or
I
sharpen
eat.
knives, yeah.
I eat.
We had to almost physically restrain him.
I do.
Yeah, you guys did have to stop me from cooking. I'm like, I'm going to go cook. You're like, no, do not cook. We need content. We need you not
Yeah.
to cook.
Yeah, I think to preface this also for people is for the redneck tech side of things, so the way we can make this educational is today we shot what will amount to be a pilot or a proof of concept. So you guys might hear this and never see it.
God, I hope that's not the case.
Yeah,
'cause
well, but that is sometimes the case.
yeah.
As a lot of times the case.
But essentially, we had this idea, and we've been kicking it around, and finally we got the time to go try to execute on it. And essentially, today was a exercise in trying to figure out if the concept would work, and if so, where are the holes in our execution, so that if it went horribly, we could go shoot another pilot. Luckily, I don't think that it did, but of course, I will reserve all final judgment until after the edit. And B, try to figure out exactly how we need to do it. And you know, some projects you've got to do a lot of kind of fore-end work to really figure that out.
I was so
Today,
stressed.
yeah.
So stressed about it. That I actually like took it out of my brain a bunch and then felt like I didn't stress about it enough. But I'm finding that no matter what happens, there's going to be stress. Like there's going to be now the stress. The stress for a long time was like, are we ever going to get the time to shoot the pilot? And then driving to the pilot today, we should have been like, this is so exciting. And then it's like, how's this going to go? And then I kind of gave into that. It's going to go how it's going to go. And then the next level of stress was like, hopefully somebody wants to pick this up.
Well, the next level of stress is
hopefully
we
didn't
does the
know.
edit work.
Yeah, that's your stress, not mine.
The other stress is hopefully
make it
people
look good,
walk
ready?
by.
Well, honestly, the stress was like, are we going to make it here today?
Yeah.
Right.
With the driving.
Yeah. We made
Step
it.
one.
We made it.
But yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think it could have gone any better today.
No, for a trial run.
Well, no, it could have.
Well,
Yeah, it could have gone better. The audio situation,
the audio.
Yeah, that was
very unideal. We got to figure that one out.
Would you-
The lighting
fix that.
was not great, but that's, I think, going to be the nature of this one in particular.
Editor can
The
fix that.
dynamics, not well, we can if we shoot in log, but that's a story for another day.
We could have had coffee.
We didn't have any coffee.
you know what? I had a lot of coffee.
And we're
Grave
gonna wrap
mistake.
this one up, folks.
I had a lot of coffee, and I even shared some with folks. Did you get coffee today?
I did in the morning,
Yeah.
yes.
Did you get coffee today?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
All right. And then how many? A bunch of the hikers got coffee today too.
that's
Two.
true. That is true.
So
And one, and
you
one
guys
of
are
them,
right.
One of them even drank the water that was in the water bottle he was holding and put it in there, which I was led to believe would never happen.
You guys were right.
I didn't say that.
You
Yeah,
did.
I said Nalgene, not water bottle.
Oh,
Could you
now we're
imagine?
getting
Could
very-
you imagine if we were trying to put hot coffee in a water bottle?
Well, one guy actually whispered to me, wish it was hot.
That's first
did.
of all, I don't
He
believe
did.
you. Second
I
of all,
believe him. I saw it.
He did. Actually, two of them. It was Trixie, or what was her name? Journey. What was that one that you were?
karaoke.
Karaoke. Yeah,
Yes.
karaoke. They all have trail names for
The
the,
older,
viewers.
the older lady.
There was
We got.
She
We got.
doesn't
Hey,
count.
we're giving way too many details out. We got to keep it more
Yeah,
vague.
that's true.
We're
Did you
really
get a
giving
trail
out a
name
lot
today?
of. No,
Yeah, me neither.
no. Well, because
Well,
we're not on the trail.
Well, we're not on the trail. But
Yeah.
somebody asked me, like, did you get a trail name today? I'm like, no, I'm not on the trail. And they're like,
Chef
no,
Boyardee.
this counts.
Chef Boyardee.
Exactly.
That's not. my
Well,
trail.
I have my name, but it's my nickname. I get. You know, like, can I just carry
No,
that over?
I don't think
feel
that's
like
how
I
it
should be
works.
able to.
I feel like we should all do a section immediately
I would love to do that.
together.
A section of what? What are we talking about?
Appalachian Trail.
AT.
Are we not
You
allowed
would
to
be
say
a
that?
horrible covert operator.
Are we not allowed to say
Well,
that?
we're trying to keep it fairly vague.
Oh,
I mean, I feel like we're giving a lot of
the AT.
the astute observer could probably connect the dots. Now.
I mean, we both
And-
put it out on our stories on Instagram today.
I know. I just like to give people a little suspense.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
can talk about the setup, the camera setup, how we shot it.
Oh, I thought you were gonna keep going with. It sounded like there was gonna be additional
No, no.
suggestions.
That was the suspense.
Right.
We shot it in 1080, 60 frames a second. Picture profile 1, baked in. Shotgun only.
I shot the whole thing in 120, but
Who
I
needs
didn't think it
audio?
mattered. I didn't think it mattered.
You guys had
You
audio.
can speed it up in post, do some
Right,
do some
right.
sound design, you'll be fine.
You can match the lips.
Yeah. I mean, they got the AI voice engines now. You probably could do that.
Yeah, you probably could.
Yeah, I mean, we were running 4 cameras today.
3.5.
Yeah, 3.5.
Sure. And basically, we were trying to work 3 cameras around a very dynamic situation, which can be difficult. So I'm interested to see the footage and see if it cuts well. But yeah, I think today went pretty good. You know, aside from just a lot of logistical things that we didn't and couldn't have known without going and actually putting boots on the ground and attempting something. We got a lot of useful information. We got some contacts that we can use in the event that this pilot is intriguing enough to or multiple companies or organizations to want to fund the project and idea. We've got some suggestions from some of those contacts as to where would be some better places to set up and execute the idea. And overall, in that regard, I think it was extremely successful. There's a lot of things that we learned today that we wouldn't have learned otherwise. So sometimes that's part of the process. Go ahead.
Nothing.
You totally started like you're about to say something.
I think folks preferred the chocolate chip pancakes.
Yeah.
Well, you only really made one
Which they
batch
were
of
great.
blueberries.
They weren't going as well.
Yeah. I think it's the sugar and all that. I think when you're on the trail.
They're the one guy's like, did you do a pancake with like any of the amazing grains? I'm like, move it along, partner. Move it along.
Keep it moving.
End of the line, pal. Yeah. Is this
We
syrup
must-
Did he
responsibly
really
harvested?
ask that?
Yeah. Yeah. One guy's like, did you do anything with like amazing greens? Because I'm really trying to like watch like bro. I did not. We have blueberry and chocolate chip.
Yeah.
And they weren't just regular pancakes. What were they, Rar?
They were a combination of muffins and pancakes.
What do we call them?
I don't know if that's airworthy.
I don't know if it's not.
You don't think so?
No.
What? Well, I'll let you get yelled at by Caleb
For saying muff cakes?
for saying that. Yeah.
I don't think it's bad. I think
It sounds bad, but it's not.
it's not. They're muffins and pancakes. They're mixed together.
And they were delicious.
They
They
were.
were delicious.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel
This wasn't
the sugar headache because I was doing really, really good with my food consumption before I got here. And then that night with the Cubanos, I was so hungry. I was like, I'm just going to eat Cubano.
Welcome to the South.
Yeah. And then had heartburn every night since then. And today I had a severe, what I think is a sugar headache. Back of my head just like cranking in
I don't
there.
think I've ever once in my life got a sugar headache.
Don't
I
consume
get
sugar
a
for while.
lack of sugar.
Yeah, it takes 3 days for it to go away.
Because I'm addicted to
Like
diet.
if
For the
you
sugar headache to go away?
if you detox from sugar, it takes 3 days to get out of your system. That third day, you're gonna have
See,
like equivalent to a hangover.
Like Monday, I was Monday I was supposed to start a diet. Yesterday, I had
You were?
Yesterday I had Chick-fil-A.
What diet?
Today I had 85 pancakes. So it's going great.
What was the diet that you decided to go
I
on?
was just trying to not eat like crap and not go to Chick-fil-A.
Well, that's not a smart goal.
yeah, it's this.
Didn't you ever learn
what's
about
gonna
that in
happen-
school?
what's
It's
gonna hap-
smart.
I think it's a smart goal.
Needs to be specific,
What's gonna happen to Eric?
measurable, attainable,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
relatable,
They're gonna
and
be worried
and,
sick about you.
time dependent. So let's get to it on the podcast. What is a specific diet goal that you can set? Needs to be specific. What was yours, Jason?
I want to look like Joe.
No,
Thank you.
See, because I'm no longer the slimmest and sleekest because we have Joe.
Well,
And that-
I would argue that you
That
were
hurts
never
me.
the sleekest.
Of the three,
The sleekest?
bro,
Bro, I beat you in a race.
that's fast. That's not sleek, bro.
there's some.
I don't. You
He's
know,
talking
I
strict aerodynamics.
Big
I think
statement.
Tiffany Lukowski might have something to say about your sleekness.
I didn't say I was sleek. I said I was the sleekest of the three.
Bro, you're pretty sleek. Do you think you really think you can beat him in a foot race?
It depends on the distance.
Distance.
Past 100
100
meters?
yards.
Yeah.
100
for
yards,
sure.
I'm burning you in 100 yards.
No, but past that, I
Oh.
win. At
Quarter,
least 200.
I give myself a quarter mile. After a quarter mile, you got me.
So after one lap on the track, I win?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is highly relevant to our job. Very rarely do we just sprint for a quarter mile.
Should we do it right after this?
Yeah,
Winner gets Chick-fil-A?
let's have some pancakes
I'll get
first.
Chick-fil-A out of the way. I don't care.
Well, no, the winner has to buy it.
Let's get a couple of flapjacks in these boys and
Yeah.
see how it goes.
Well, they do those beer miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta how many? You gotta like drink a 6-pack and finish a mile.
My buddy
And
used
you
to
gotta
do
pound.
the.
Yeah.
You had me, then you lost.
Well, you would
Come
never.
on, bring me back again. Bring
Huh?
me back again with something good.
Diet Coke.
There's Diet Coke at the end.
No, because there's still beer, so you lost
Well,
me.
we're not bringing you back because you're not gonna do the beer. We know that.
I had a non-alcoholic beer, and it sucked. It was the
There's-
worst thing I've
There's a
ever
lot of
tasted.
analogies I could make to that, and I'm not going to.
My
For the
good buddy
sake
used to
of
do
the innocence of the listening
a
audience.
100-mile or 100-yard run, walk, or crawl, like 100-yard. It was like a bar crawl. And it was like from this bar to this bar, and they'd all like line up and get ready to walk 100 yards.
Really? Sounds like a perfect race.
Oh, it was beautiful. Yeah,
I like it. I like it.
yeah, a lot of sign-ups for that. Yeah, you got a shirt and everything.
Oh, sure, really? Wow. Dang.
I survived the 100-yard walk.
You know what?
It's a hell of an
Honestly,
accomplishment.
there's been some 100 yards that I would have liked to have a shirt at the end.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I survived those 100 yards.
Or 5 miles.
That day ended up to be like
12.
8. It wasn't. I don't think it was 12. I think it was
Sucked.
10. If
I
anything.
still have nightmares.
Do you?
I still have night sweats.
What are we doing for dinner tonight?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I mean, I did enjoy that place last night.
Oh yeah.
I don't-
So I had Caleb look at my American Express to see if I could, if Delta had swiped my card, and he goes, "Did you go to Spirits last night?" And I was like, "No." And he goes, "Oh, that's on Ryer's card." He must have taken them boys to eat last night.
Well, honestly,
I did because they wanted to eat.
On
We?
the record,
I think we all wanted to eat.
I offered to buy that dinner.
Tell him.
Yeah, he's like,
Look at Ryer and tell him.
He's like,
Look at me,
El
and then
Presidente's got this one.
no. You know why I
Honestly-
say that? Because I've seen what happens if other people pay for dinners instead of Caleb, and he honestly takes like offense
He
to
gets
it.
so
that is
butthurt.
So
true.
I'm defending like him in
Listen,
that regard.
He stiffed me on a T-shirt, so
Dude.
technically,
We're gonna go.
You know-
we're gonna go
you know
raid
how-
those shirts, pal.
Oh,
You
I
know
already
how
did.
you see, like, your dad will see a buddy that he knows at a restaurant, and he'll mess with him. You'll be like, "Hey, put my check with his," and then make him pay for it. It was you and I, and Cleo, and someone else was there. Oh, it was Thomas. We were all at Spirits, and Caleb happened to be going out with lunch with the internet guys to talk to them about.
Which we didn't. We knew he was going out to lunch, but we didn't know where.
Yeah, so we pull up, and Caleb's on the other side of the restaurant eating with these guys, and he's like, "What are you guys doing here?" Anyways, we convinced our server to give Caleb the check, like our check, and we were like, "Here, just give it to this guy." And Caleb was, I don't want to say he was embarrassed, but he was like, unbelievable.
Seabass said that.
That's not a good story.
There's a pause in this where there's a good possibility that. Have you guys seen Dumb and Dumber?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Just making sure.
See?
Seabass said he'd pick up the check.
And that's all the time we got, folks.
I just wanted to see how many times they would laugh in the awkwardness.
I'm so tired.
Joe can't stand awkward silence.
No, I'll just laugh for
10-hour drive for you tomorrow.
10 hours. It's not
13
bad,
for
though.
me tomorrow.
It'll be about 15 for me.
Yeah. Oh, where are you driving tomorrow?
Here, minutes.
Oh, you bitch. And you're flying out again soon?
The 15th.
Where you headed?
Texas.
Texas. Where you
Texas.
hunting Audad?
Oh, Dad. Yep.
Sweet.
We have been murking the crap out of some Audad lately.
Really?
Dude, we've traveled a lot this year already.
We've done some this is probably going to be our 4th Audad hunt in the past 365 days. I didn't even know that Audad existed a year ago. I didn't even know they were a thing.
I feel like that's
Caleb was like, "I'm going on an Audad hunt." I was like, "A what?
I feel like that's your spirit animal.
An Audad?
Yeah. Like you guys
I'm not
have
that steady
very
on the cliff.
similar looks.
You
Yeah.
look like an Audad then."
You don't say that.
Don't
I mean, I could see where you get that.
Yeah. Right? Like
Turn this way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Here, perch up on this table for me real quick.
You know I ain't steady like that though. You know I ain't got the hooves like they do. They be perching in some precarious locations.
They
Urchin
do.
and preparing preparation.
I'm going to hunt my own in April.
Oh, yeah?
First week.
I'm getting
Where?
ready to.
Texas
That's good.
with a bow like an adult.
Hell yeah, dude.
Whoa.
That's awesome.
Whoa.
What bow are you taking?
PSE. But I don't know. It may end up being a rifle.
What's
depending
the average shot there?
No. Well, now it's going to be a bow. Average, I don't know. I don't know. The
Are
problem
you
is
gonna pack the rifle?
Well, if I pack the rifle, I'm more inclined to use it.
If you pack the rifle, it always turns into a rifle hunt.
Yeah.
If you go for a bow, this will happen. If you go for a bow hunt, you're like, I'll pack the rifle just in case.
Just don't even take the bow.
Just don't take the bow. Just take the rifle because it'll
Yeah.
always turn into a
No,
rifle.
I'm
in
gonna
that
take
scenario.
just the bow.
That's bold.
I'm willing to die on it.
How far do you think? What's the average shot on an oddhead
Probably 150 yards.
with a bow?
Yeah.
Sweet. Are you practicing out to 150 yards with your bow now?
No.
I mean, 100 probably is.
Yeah, I
is
think that's
not
the
out of
problem. Is
question.
I haven't.
Are they huge? Right, 300 pounds. They're pretty big, right?
I mean, they're not small.
Well, I mean, looking at Ryer in comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean like you're an audad, so
Right.
it's real. in
Yeah,
comparison.
basically.
I don't think you're 300 pounds.
Just like 250. Just
You're
solid.
250.
I might be 240 now, yeah. But I was 250, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. My problem is I haven't
I
really
was-
been able to shoot lately.
Been a
Is kind
fat
of the
kid
problem.
lately. Well-
I haven't been able to shoot much lately. Is the problem, but
Cold.
that and because I live in Ohio, but
Yeah.
Do they
but
not
no.
let people shoot bows there?
Well, no,
it's
it's
cold.
it's just
fam.
tough to practice.
Oh,
Sometimes.
I just,
Are
Ohio,
you?
sometimes
Do you
you're not
are you
sure.
shooting a bow now?
No, I still need to. There's a lot of things I need to do, and I haven't really carved out the time to do those things.
I like the way you put that though.
Thank you.
That you didn't carve it out.
I'm very excited about getting. I had grand plans of shooting here the whole time.
Don't
but
forget yours in my office.
I won't. It's like one of the 3 things I will not forget.
Luckily, if you do forget it, he can't use it anyway, so.
Hey, you can.
26 and a half,
You
bro.
get different mods, dude.
Mon it up, brah. Aftermarkets.
I ain't about that life.
How many,
got
bow,
that
how many
T-Rex
bows
bow.
you trying to get from me? Dang.
I haven't tried to get a single bow from you. Oh, yeah, I did. That triax sucked. I hated that
Dude,
triax.
We need to get
I didn't
you
like
a
that
little.
bow at all.
We need to get to some little T-Rex stickers
Yeah.
I didn't like that bow at all.
A little T-Rex holding the camera.
or a little T-Rex trying to shoot a bow.
I'll shoot that bow.
Hey, if there's any
great
graphic
flat.
designers,
I do.
listen
know
to this.
somebody that
If you could make a little T-Rex with a mustache and a bald head shooting a bow, that would be great. I would love a run of those stickers so that Clay could have his own little personal
And then
stickers.
if you could make Ryer look a little less like an oddad with some graphic design, that'd be really cool
I think
too.
I'm gonna have a graphic like design with you, with an oddhead head.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like I know a girl.
Like the half man, half horse.
Yeah.
Right.
I know a girl.
Like Mr. Tumnus,
Yeah.
like Mr. Tumnus in the Narnia
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are those things called?
centaurs.
Centaurs.
Although I don't think he was a centaur. There's like 3 variations.
Yeah.
of that.
What's half Ryer, half oddad called?
I couldn't tell you, since I'm not one. I'm just a full rider.
I'm just
Although
saying.
I'm having a hankering for some whatever oddads eat. I don't prickly pear cactuses, I guess. Cacti.
That's an interesting choice.
No, they just chomp on prickly pears.
Yeah.
Like you'll get up to where they've been hanging out, and you just see chomps out of prickly pears, and I guess they're just raw dogging those things. It's like the pricks don't matter to them. They matter to me. The whole
Facts.
bottom, from the middle of my thighs down, I just have pricks from
I'm still cut.
getting poked with freaking prickly pear things. I pulled one out of my leg, and it was in there a solid inch.
Dude, in the back of his calf.
Really?
Oh, it was bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I took one through the front of my boot into the front of my toe of my big toe.
It's
Sounds like it
insane.
hurts.
Dude.
My,
Yeah, don't. If you,
It's
like
just
if-
like it's like taking this knife and just yeet.
it's like if you even breathe.
my
If you even think about breathing near a prickly pear, it just
my buddy sat on a cactus this year shooting his elk. Oh, it was he sat. I don't know what the cactus was, but it was in Colorado. So it was
Yeah.
like whatever it was like all through his like butt,
They have
back of
prickly
his
pears
legs.
in
Oh
Colorado.
my god!
prickly
He's like-
pears and yuccas.
He's like, I just didn't think about it. I just sat down and like put my tri-fat out and like grabbed the rifle, and all of a sudden I'm like on the elk and wasn't really thinking about where I was sitting, and
Right.
then went to stand up after a shot in like sheer pain.
Did he kill the elk?
Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
yeah. And then for days he was like, "Oh man." Like, it was a constant. I'm like, "Hey man, how's your butt doing?" And he's like, they're all just in there forever. They're just going to be there forever.
They really do. They like sometimes you get them in there and they're not coming out, and you just kind of have to accept they'll be in there for a while. Eventually, they'll start to poke out because like every odd-ad hunt I've been on, there's just cacti. So be prepared for that.
Yeah, I've been to Texas once, and there was a lot of cactus and stuff.
Cacti.
Or
are the
cacti.
worst. Cactusins.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm super jealous.
Which I didn't hunt much this year myself, so. Nice
I had an amazing year. I had hardly hunted.
It's usually how it goes in the industry.
Yeah, which is it's awesome.
But, yeah, get some big plans this year. Hopefully I'm going to hunt Kansas and hopefully.
Water buffalo or something.
Aoudad. The Georgia Aoudad.
Yeah.
Is
I don't know what you're talking about.
okay. Yeah. All right. You want to go get dinner?
I feel like we need a little time to not eat before we eat again. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm a little hungry.
Like I'm still pretty satiated from that quesadilla that I had.
Oh, yeah.
But you had a salad, so
I had chicken on
You
the
had
salad.
a reasonable lunch.
Right. How am I going to maintain the sleekness if
Clay had a burrito that was the size
it was the size of a
football.
child.
Yeah.
those
Yep,
burritos
small
look
baby.
good?
It
Though.
was massive. Yeah.
Like
Gigantic,
if you told me somebody like there was a larger mother burrito birthing those burritos in the kitchen, I would have believed you.
You know how
Because it was a lot. Like it was a large burrito.
You know how you can get like the bottled Cokes and stuff in a 24-ounce can?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
that's what it looked like. It looked like the 24-ounce bottle.
It looked
was
like a
huge.
2-liter bottle.
Was it good?
It was a little like too cheesy for my taste.
Yeah.
But it was the steak was good.
Caleb said
It was what?
good.
They had like too much cheese in there.
That doesn't connect. I've never eaten something and been that's too much cheese.
Then he said the girl was too pretty. It just didn't make
Yeah.
any sense.
You can never have too much cheese.
Or too much fun.
Yeah, you can. It binds me up.
It binds you up.
I feel like you're bound up a lot.
I do know what you're saying, but I still enjoy the cheese while it's happening.
That's called lactose intolerance. But
No.
yeah,
Lactose is when you get rid of it very quickly and not pleasantly.
have you ever? Do you know about medicine?
Yes.
That wasn't a very informed thing that you said.
I was trying to keep it PG.
I don't think you're correct.
I believe when you're lactose intolerant and you drink or eat dairy products, you get like the green apple quick steps.
I think everybody's body reacts a little differently to it. Like some
Some grandma
people-
walking farts.
Right.
Yeah.
And it does
Which-
the adverse to myself.
When we pulled up and there was no bathroom this morning, I was immediately concerned.
See, that's why I didn't want coffee.
Yeah.
See?
You don't drink coffee.
But it gives everybody the runs.
Not everybody.
I could just drink a solid. I just chug coffee. Does nothing to me.
It did something you'd say.
Yeah, my point exactly.
Me?
Yeah, the office today.
Dude, my God.
It was like a live
Are we
audad.
clear to enter?
I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. I think if we're gonna get on that topic, we'll talk about the whole gear room after Clay went and dropped his camera off in there. Okay, you would have
All
thought
right.
he would have mistaken it for a different room.
Let's bring it up a notch. Okay? We don't have
Up?
to talk about
You mean down?
what I don't know which way we're going anymore.
Hopefully to dinner.
Yeah.
Are you gonna come?
No.
Yeah.
You're not gonna come to dinner last night here?
No.
What do you got going on?
Steak at home.
No. I'm tired of hearing that.
Why?
No,
Why
because
don't you invite Taylor?
invite her. I'll invite her. Guess what?
She doesn't get home till late tonight.
What time?
Like 9:30,
Mhm.
10 o'clock.
Mm.
Her practice gets done at 9:30.
Sounds like
Well,
we
can
can-
she skip practice?
No, she's the head
Okay.
coach.
Well,
if anybody out there wants to come to dinner instead of Clay and just sit over in the corner and be
Here's the
grumpy,
deal,
we
though.
really-
When you get home, I expect a picture of your steak that's
Yeah.
sitting
Okay.
out right now.
That's fine.
Every time. This is
pretty easy to
consistently.
search steak
I've
images on
almost-
the internet.
No, because I know what his
I'll
kitchen
put
looks
Ruby
like.
in it. That's fine.
You already have
What
pictures
kind-
of
what
steak
kind
with
of steak?
Ruby.
Huh? Strip.
How about that brisket the other night, huh?
That was
It
pretty
was good.
delicious.
Dude, that
yeah,
was
and you missed
freaking
that.
So
What
good.
brisket?
Yeah. The
At
one
the
I
family
smoked
dinner.
for
Oh,
freaking
yeah, I did,
14
yeah.
hours the other
Yeah, I
day.
did, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I took Derek to the airport.
At 2?
Huh?
At like 2?
No, I
Yeah.
left at 12.
No, his flight was at 2, which means
No, his flight was at 5.
Oh, so we got there at 2, and then it takes an hour and a
That
half.
brisket
and then the
was-
brisket we ate at 7:30.
It's very
Fire.
And when you
Yeah.
left,
I had a thing.
when you left, you're like, "Oh yeah, I'll be back. I'll be
If
back.
you-
I'm
if
just
you
taking
guys-
Derek.
I didn't
I
say
will
I'd
be."
be back.
You did.
Caleb said.
Yeah.
Caleb said.
Did you hear him say he would be back?
Caleb
he
said,
did.
"Are you
You
coming
did.
to dinner tonight?" And I said, "Is it at your house or Darren's?" And he said, "Darren's. Are you coming?" And I said, "Yeah, sure."
That sounds like an affirmative.
It does.
That sounds like an affirmative answer. Yes, I am coming.
We just sat out the window and looked for you, and you just never showed.
Never showed.
Well, Ryer should,
We were all pressed up
Ryer
against it.
should
It
know
started
better.
raining.
Yeah, right.
Ryer should know better than that. If I'm not there 15 to 30 minutes early, then I'm not coming at all.
I guess we'll just eat without him.
No, here's the thing though: is every time I've been like, "Hey, you want to come do the let's do this thing?" You're like, I can't. I have steak at home. So I'm starting to think that you don't have steak at
I
home.
have steak like 3 nights a week.
Yeah, I don't believe that because
I go to Costco.
You
like
are
I did.
thrifty.
No,
You're
I go
thrifty.
and I go to Costco like I did last night, and I spent $120 on an entire New York strip loin.
Oh, you butcher it yourself?
Yeah, and then I just cut
That's
it
cool.
to whatever thickness I want.
Yeah, there you go.
Then I've got 24 to 30 steaks at all times.
Or 2.
Fair.
Depends how
and you put one out every morning to thaw.
Huh?
And you put one out every. And if you put
No,
it back,
if I have 3, if
see
I have
his
steak-
thing is he's
if I
always
have
like,
steak-
I got steak set out. So can we get a professional opinion on whether or not that if he couldn't put it in the refrigerator and eat it the next night?
Oh, 100% he could. Yeah, there's no reason.
It's not the same.
Is it not the same?
It's totally the same.
He's a professional chef. I'm gonna trust his opinion
Listen,
on
if
this
you don't
matter.
want to go to dinner with us, it's fine. Just
say
it.
no.
Just say no.
There's non-alcoholic beer over there.
I get it. Getting
it's
people
cold.
out is a lot. I understand. And it's an easier, less bullshit run around. Ooh,
I just feel like I hold you. I just
Run
feel like
around.
I hold you guys back.
No, see, I have to
If,
go. I
if
have
there was
to go home.
karaoke,
I
if there
have
was
to go
karaoke,
home.
I'd go.
I have to go home, and I'm gonna miss you, and I'd like you to
Yeah.
come out tonight.
but he's not going.
If there's karaoke, I'll come.
We'll do our
there's
own.
not
We'll-
gonna be.
We'll do our own. We'll get a karaoke machine. We'll set it up. We'll do
What
our
day
own.
is it?
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
Yeah.
Hey, if you guys haven't ever,
If you don't want to hang out again until June, that's cool.
I'll see you in May, player.
Oh, you're coming. Yeah, dog.
but not at the week.
What's that?
They're coming on a different week.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Unless we're not doing anything, then I'll just go twice and kill my turkey and then go back with Taylor, and then I don't have to hunt.
That's going to be super badass. Derek's coming.
Unless you guys.
With the cussing.
Unless
I mean, this guy.
Jason,
Unless-
at the beginning of this podcast, Jason goes, "I never cuss." You've been the only one to drop any cuss words.
I
Those
will,
aren't
It's hard
real.
for all of us.
Jason, I will be
Those
honest with
aren't
you.
real
What I am
words.
scared about is you're a very generous person, and you've invited a lot of people hunt, and I'm really scared that first week of May, y'all are going to shoot the crap out of them, and then I'm going to be hunting like apocalyptic farm.
Well, the
Apocalyptic.
good news is that
Post-apocalyptic farm.
the good news is that there's multiple farms, and we're
Nice.
not going
Nice.
to.
Yeah, you Yankees can't turkey hunt anyway, so I'm not worried about it.
Easy now.
You're not a Yankee.
Easy now.
You're not a Yankee.
Well, it depends who you ask.
I mean,
The Southerner. you're not a
depending on
Yankee.
the results you're looking for, apparently,
Didn't you
have
guys
a hard
not
time.
kill a turkey in Iowa?
No,
last
we
year?
didn't. No, we
Yeah.
didn't. It's
we
a
got
sore
we
subject.
got that's not from a lack of hunting. We got shafted multiple times.
How'd you
Sounds
get
like
We
you
even
guys-
got shafted when we weren't in charge. Like
You
George
guys
came
got
with us. and we got
shafted on like one of the best whitetail turkey properties in the country.
Well, to be fair, like all the days I spent at Lee and Tiffany's, like I only saw probably 3 turkeys.
I saw a ton of turkeys.
Yeah.
Personally.
Okay,
Well,
I hunted myself, and Lee filmed me, so I was with Lee and the Donnie Hansen. Okay, guaranteed kill, guaranteed. Okay, and
Easy.
I got shafted,
Easy.
and I got shafted, and then we went with George, who's like one of the OG producers of all time. Ryer and I got shafted.
Death hiked us.
Yeah.
And then-
George death hiked us. He was madder than heck. He was so mad.
I was like 5 steps from sitting down and being like, no.
He was so.
Did you not see any turkeys?
No, so we
Yeah.
did. The problem was they all stayed out at 60, and I was told that I couldn't shoot out at past 40.
Because we had
muzzle-loading
muzzle-loading
shotguns.
shotguns.
So I was told I got to keep it within 40.
I don't
And
know
I
how
could,
far they can shoot.
I could have shot a bearded hen, but it was on the first morning.
That would have been sexy.
You should have.
Well, I didn't know that if we would.
We didn't know the legalities of shooting one in Iowa.
Oh yeah.
And
that's
also,
true.
we didn't know if like Lee would not want that, right? Because now we're filming for the show, like so. You have
Oh,
to kind of
yeah,
be
yeah.
like,
But then,
I
yeah.
didn't. So we were like, it's the first day. Like, let's probably not.
And then we got back, and Lee's like, "Oh yeah, you wouldn't." you wouldn't want to shoot that, whatever. I would kind of would have made fun of you, but not that you would have been mad. And then
You know what? Completely honestly, I wouldn't have cared. If it was legal and it Lee wasn't like, do not shoot bearded hens on my farm, I would have shot the ever living crap out of it and been super stoked.
But then Caleb
I would have honestly maybe got it mounted.
but then Caleb,
Just because why the hell not?
Why not?
Caleb was like, oh, dude, how cool would that be to have your first turkey be a bearded hen? And Lee goes, well, yeah, that's the thing that, it's not his first turkey, so it doesn't matter. Ryder goes, yeah, I've never shot one. And Lee goes, you've never killed a turkey? Oh, you should have smoked it. You should have shot it right in the face.
Well, I feel like people assume because of me being in the industry that I've just killed a bunch of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And I really haven't.
Yeah.
You know, I've killed a couple of deer and a couple of hogs.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
I've only killed one turkey.
Only one?
Yeah, I've
Well,
only killed a
I
couple.
killed two with my second with my truck.
How many have you killed?
last year?
Well, last year was the first year in 14 years I hadn't killed a turkey.
Yeah. I feel like the South really loves turkey hunting because the deer hunting.
Deer hunting
Yeah.
sucks,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's it's big around us, but it's not like it's not like
Yeah.
you guys treat it down.
That's
here.
why Alabama, Tennessee, the Carolinas, Georgia.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's because the deer hunting sucks. It's one thing we got to look forward to.
Yeah. Like Mark from Bucks of Tecumseh, he's like, I'd rather hunt turkeys over deer. And I'm like,
I'm getting to
I
that.
don't know about that.
I'm getting to that point.
I would rather
I'm
hunt
not
turkeys
there.
over deer.
I would too.
But that's,
Really?
Yeah. But
And I think getting a
that's
new
because
hunter.
Oh,
of
you
the
don't
style
bow hunt
of
though.
hunting.
You don't bow hunt though.
Well, it's also the style of hunting. I don't
Yeah,
really
bow
like
hunting's
sitting
different.
around.
And I also think, getting a new hunter into hunting, turkey hunting every time.
Yeah.
'Cause it's
Oh, I
interactive.
agree. with
Yeah,
that.
I don't disagree.
When
I
it's
agree with
good.
Yeah.
When turkey hunting's bad, it's not.
When turkey hunting is bad, you almost question if they even exist.
Yeah,
are turkeys even a thing?
Right, that is true. That is true.
Yeah, you just think that you're just calling into an empty woods.
Yeah.
Like an insane person.
See, we can only hunt them till noon for most of the season.
That's all
in
we
Ohio,
can
and
hunt
then
'em too.
The
There's no
afternoon
main-
is extra.
But that really frees up the day.
Yeah, I mean,
You
we do
hunt
a lot
till-
of stuff in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Like what?
Fish.
Nah.
Some's appropriate, some's not.
Gotcha. I know. I'm following you.
We go to Wheeling and gamble sometimes.
Yeah. We just go fishing.
I got you.
Yeah, I mean, we generally drink adult beverages and go gamble.
Eat a big.
You
big
had
lunch,
me, then you lost me.
I know.
and go fishing.
I know. But I'm just being truthful with what we do.
I'm stoked about fishing this year. I feel like I'm dialed in with my dudes. We're gonna hammer lake trout again, which is right by my house, and we jig for them on bass rods. So it's you're using bass tackle, which is light tackle, and you're catching. I mean, think about the biggest bass is maybe 5 pounds. The smallest lake trout's 7 pounds. 7 to 15 pound lake trout. That as soon as they get up and see the boat, they're like, "Meh," and just do a whole other run, and you're catching them at 150 to 200 feet deep, and then it's just we'll catch 30 in a couple hours, and your arm just wants to fall off. And then we keep 5 or 6 of them that I can fit on my smoker, and then I'll make.
You brought some smoked fish one time.
Yeah,
that
last
was
year. Yeah.
freaking tasty.
Yeah,
as
that's
crap.
lake trout. Yep,
That was
lake trout
good.
or salmon.
That was good.
But we do both, and because I feel pretty where I live intentionally is very tied into fishing between the Finger Lakes and then Lake Ontario for salmon, and then our hunting is pretty awesome. We're not killing 150, 160-inch whitetail all the time, but we're killing 130s, 140s pretty regularly, and turkey hunting's pretty awesome. And what else do you want?
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot. Dinner with Clay would be nice.
Dinner with Clay would be nice.
Dinner with Clay would be nice.
Dinner with Clay. You think? I don't know.
Do I think what? Go ahead. Speak your mind. This is a place of truth.
You think you just as a friend would want to maybe save that steak for tomorrow night?
I honestly don't think he cares.
I don't think he cares either. I wish I had more of that in me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for a guilt trip. I'm all right, let's go.
Like the class staying up till 1:30 or 2 every day.
Nope.
That was a lot.
Not for me.
Yeah, I'm still running on deficit.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm whooped. I'm so tired. I feel like I want to go have a semi-good dinner tonight and go to bed early and wake up.
Just I've lowered my standards because I just don't want to try that hard. I just need something I know will satisfy.
Is there a good steak place around?
It's tough to beat.
It's
It's going to be a hard no.
That
Does
Kansas
Longhorn
brisket.
count?
Yeah, Longhorn makes a good steak. There's nothing wrong with Longhorn.
Well, we have a Longhorn. It's about 20 minutes down the road, and consequentially,
right next to Clay's.
it's
next to
right
Clay's.
next to Clay's.
Dude, Longhorn. I'll tell you what.
And you could have another steak.
Do you want to hear a good life hack?
Yes.
I'm going to tell you one. On the road, if you're trying to eat clean, Longhorns are the way to do it. So my friend Casey and I, who owns Tact Galleries, like we were talking about earlier, he was like a strong man for a long time.
Yeah.
They were all about eating clean, and he showed me this hack where it's like, all right, there's a Longhorn, and 1 hour and 10 minutes up the road, and you call that Longhorn like that because you see them off the highways all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You call that Longhorn and be like, I'm going to get a ribeye to go. Pull in that Longhorn, grab your ribeye to go, and then you eat
Just
it in the
smash
parking
it.
lot with your hands.
I love it.
I love it.
That's exactly.
It's one of my favorite things.
That's
to do.
exactly what manhood should be.
It's one of my favorite things. And then the onlookers around are like the looky-loos of like, what is this large bearded man just eating a ribeye with his hands in the parking lot?
Honestly, I feel like if anybody's gonna just bare hand a ribeye,
Yeah.
like a large bearded man would be the guy to do it.
Yeah, I like it. I'll do it in the airport sometimes too.
Just like as you're getting on the plane, you're just.
Well, I'll make if I'm eating
I would
clean,
wait. I would
eating
wait
clean.
until I got. If I was, well, obviously this doesn't matter really on Delta, but if I was flying like Southwest, where there's no seat assignments,
Yeah.
and intimidation is really your
Oh.
only tactic for not for getting open seats, I would wait until I was on the plane and I would just be double fisting steaks.
Yeah, yeah.
And just whenever somebody looked like they wanted to sit with me, I just
There you
right
go.
in there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
You know, and
does,
it's going to be an airport steak, so it's going to be a little chewy, so you're really going to have to get in there with your teeth.
all you do is cook it the night before, throw it in the fridge, throw it in a Ziploc bag. Next
TSA
morning.
lets you through?
Oh yeah.
With a
Yeah.
steak?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Out of all the things you're not allowed to take through, and it has to be sealed up, TSA's like,
That's fine.
We'll let that ride.
a
Yeah.
15-ounce steak?
Yeah.
That's
fine.
fine.
And then I like to eat it in the terminal.
Do you put it through the
That
X-ray
way
machine?
nobody talks. Oh yeah.
Or
Like,
do you have
whatever
to put it
takes.
through that little scanner that they use for people?
It usually goes through the X-ray machine.
Oh, I was just wondering. 'Cause
Who
And
knows
then-
what you can get through there anymore?
And then I'll sit in the terminal
Oh, there's a statistic. they did
and eat it.
they did basically like white hat. You know what white hat hacking is, right? Where you got good guys intentionally try to hack systems in order to find weak points. They basically did the same thing with sending federal agents through TSA with forbidden items to try to see like if they could get
Right.
through. It was like 80 to 90% success rate.
Dude, I'll tell
on
you.
getting things through. And I'm reading that. I'm like, and they're gonna they hassled me last time. Every single one of my things that I put through on the line, they hassled me about.
I'll tell you, just recently, within the past 2 months, I flew from I think Kansas to Connecticut, and I had what's that?
Connecticut?
Connecticut. I had my heavy layer, my down heavy layer that was just rolled up on the side of my backpack, and I got to the hotel like after going, and I had an Nalgene and I completely lost in my backpack. I was like, oh man, I've been looking for it. I had water, and the guy was like, you can't go through. I'm like, dude, just dump it out and give me my Nalgene back. Like I will move it along. He's like, well, we don't. I'm like, there's nobody in line. Just me and you. It's like 5 a.m. Just dump it out and please give me my Nalgene back. He dumps it out and hands it to me. And oh, doing this again. I get to the hotel a couple hours later.
Hey, just
Couple
taste it.
hours
It's
later,
water. I'll drink it right from
And
you.
it's freezing in Connecticut, and I go to put on my down jacket, and I feel something in the pocket. It was a live 7mm round. Right through TSA. With a live 7mm. I'm like, what is this?
I don't understand them.
Yeah.
Some days they're like, well, take your shirt off. You're like, for what?
Yeah. Well,
Other days they're like,
you know why they
going
want you to
through.
take your shirt off, Joe.
Yeah, they just look at camera gear like, what's this?
Right.
It's camera gear.
I had a guy make me in Vegas last year take everything out. He's like, what's this camera gear? And he's like, oh, I'm like, yeah. Can I put it back? He's like, yeah, you can put it back.
Do you want to look at these comments?
I don't think they're not like auto-populating. So
Okay. All right.
Are you ready to be done?
Yeah.
All right. Well, just end it.
Okay.
Which one is it?
I'm going to guess the red button.
No, you got to do the outro.
I don't know how to do that.
Use your critical thinking skills. Which one? Of
Redneck Podcast outro. OP?
I mean that might signal open to me. I think the
It seems like out's the best
out
option.
might be.
RTP out. Oh, I didn't see that one.
I had
If
an
I just press it,
advantage.
it's over.
Well, what you have to do is press it, let it play through, then you press that.
All right, I'm gonna do it.
It's actually the one above it.
This one.
Mhm.
You guys ready?
Yep.
Okay. Been fun. Can't wait till the next time we all hang out.
And then after you press
Tonight.
it, you just see all these.
Yeah.
Just fade them down.